Hi all and welcome to another edition of The Week Ahead. On Monday at 2 a.m. Chinese GDP data for Q4 is due to be released. US equity markets are closed due to Martin Luther King Day, and in UK Prime Minister Theresa May will reveal new Brexit plan. On Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. UK unemployment data and also average earnings are due for release. Unemployment rate is expected to hold at 4.1% and average earnings are expected to show 3%. So if you're trading sterling currency crosses and UK equities, be prepared for a possible volatility as a result of this release. On Wednesday at 3 a.m. Bank of Japan rate decision is due. No change in policy is expected this time around. At 1:30 in the afternoon, Canadian retail sales figures are due. Probably the most important event for this trading week is on Thursday at 12:45 p.m, which is ECB rate decision. That will be followed by 1:30 p.m. press conference. No change in policy is expected, but lately Eurozone data was showing some weakness. So traders will closely watch and analyze the ECB's views on future growth and inflation. If you're trading euro currency crosses and European equities, be prepared for a possible volatility as a result of this release. At 4 p.m. in the afternoon, we will also receive crude oil inventories for US for week ending 18th of January. The week will finish with a very light calendar on Friday. Now let's take a look at few markets. This is a daily time frame price action for sterling dollar cable. Cable is fairly bullish in light of current Brexit news. Spiked to 1.30 area, which is a psychological nice and round number, and then subsequently on Friday we saw a bit of a pullback and a retracement. The price action is downtrending. It's capped by the sequence of lower highs, which is identified by this falling resistance trend line, pointing to the significance of that 1.30 area. The initial downside is clearly defined here at 1.28. Any potential pullbacks will initially be supported by that level. If we see bullish traders return and we see a breakout higher or breakout from the current levels above 1.30 area and the end of day candle closing above 1.30, that would indicate further bullishness, potentially opening up the way for the retest of 131, possibly even 132, which will be signified by the clusters of these previous highs. Alternatively, a dip lower and end of day close below 1.28 would negate the bullish sentiment, potentially opening up the way for a very quick and a swift move lower towards 127, possibly even 126 to the downside. Dollar Japanese yen appears to be quite bullish. Lately we've seen some US dollar strength. The initial downside is capped by 109.40. Bulls appear to be in complete control above that level, potentially targeting additional upside resistances towards 110. Only a confirmed breakout above 110 and end of day close higher could potentially target 110.40, possibly even 110.70, 111 levels. Alternatively, dip below and a close, the end of day close below 109.40 would negate the bullish sentiment and potentially indicate a slightly deeper retracement and a retest of 109.10, possibly even 108.80 levels to the downside. Gold was attempting to break through this 1300 level for a very long time. Gold is currently supported by a couple of rising trend lines because we have a sequence of higher highs and higher highs here as well, pointing to the initial downside support at 1276. Gold bulls appear to be in control initially above that level, potentially targeting upside resistance towards 1296, possibly 1300. Only a confirmed breakout above 1300 and end of day close could open up the way for the retest of 1310, possibly even 1322 to the upside. Alternatively, a dip lower and end of day close below 1276 would negate this current bullish sentiment in gold, potentially targeting downside supports towards 1266, 1258, possibly even 1250 over the medium term. FTSE 100 is also downtrending, creating the sequence of lower highs as indicated by this falling resistance trend line. FTSE appeared to be bearish initially below 6850. However, we saw a fairly significant reversal after this pin bar was created. And the price moved higher. So we are coming very close to the psychologically important 7,000 level. Very similar to what we saw in sterling dollar. So sterling dollar was at 1.30, FTSE at 7,000 level. Bulls appear to be in control above that level, potentially targeting additional upside resistance at 7,100. Only a breakout and end of day close above 7,100 could potentially target additional upside resistances towards 7,156, followed by 7,200. Alternatively, if we see a corrective moves from these current levels, the initial downside is supported by 6,900. Confirmed loss of 6,900 could open up the way for the retest of 6850. Only a loss of 6850 could potentially target deeper downside supports towards 6780, possibly even 6750. And finally, let's talk about Dow. Massive bullish reaction to the news about US and Chinese tariffs. It's perceived to be very, very positive for the US equities, and the price spiked higher. So the initial downside is supported by 24,430 at the moment. Bulls appear to be in complete control above that level, potentially targeting this zone up here as the next logical upside resistance. This area is of interest purely because it's indicating the sequence of these lower highs as indicated by this falling resistance trend line. And then also above that we have these two wicks. Once they're connected, they give us another trend line which is slightly weaker than the first one. But both of them are pointing to the resistance towards 24,950. Breakout above that level, 25,150, 25,350. Alternatively, if we see some profit taking at these levels and a corrective move slower, the initial downside is supported at 24,430. Only the end of day close below that level could potentially target deeper downside supports towards 24,270, 24,140, 24,000 even to the downside. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Stay safe and happy trading. Bye for now.